satisfied with his own development. I think that rubs off on his team.
All right, Scott Kneifel, Wayne State head coach. He was also named the National Coach of the Year, Division II this year. Is Scott Kneifel from Wayne, Nebraska, one of the best volleyball coaches in the country, any level?
Absolutely. I mean, you know, to be able to do what Scott has done year in, year out at Wayne. What's the population of Wayne?
Oh, probably, I'm saying 4,300.
4,300.
I'm in the ballpark. Maybe a little higher.
Probably not one of the most glamorous destinations in Division II volleyball.
Great town.
It's a great town.
It's a great town. Great Main Street. Beautiful campus.
In one of the toughest leagues in all of volleyball. Division I, Division III, high school, club. I mean, that league is a gauntlet every single year.
And you got to get through the league to get to the Final Four. It's like, it's crazy. They should move their team to another league.
And I got to say, I think they got a raw deal being the third seed when they got to the Elite Eight. I mean, how does being number one in the country for most of the year, coming from the league, and you get reseeded when you get to the Elite Eight, and they're the 3 seed having to play the eventual national champion in the first round.
We got enough controversy Division I. Now you're throwing in Division II controversy. There's a lot going on out there.
The volleyball sport as a whole is... Can you name a sport that's more popular than volleyball right now that is hotter than this sport? It's incredible.
A sellout tonight. We're in a major metropolitan area not named Omaha. How about that?
How about that? Put that in your,
Craig Skinner, all right, bad memories are things we try to forget. Kentucky, Arkansas a week ago. Mm-hmm. How good a team is Arkansas? I think they could. Nebraska was fortunate to advance the 2 days later.
Arkansas is a team that, obviously we had success against the regular season, but they're a team that puts constant pressure on you. Constant pressure with their serve, constant pressure with their attacking, constant pressure with their defending. And so they never let up. And, we won the first set and Arkansas got hot and, just really won the match. And we didn't perform, at the level we needed to, and they did, and hand it to Arkansas. Jason Watson's a great coach, and he runs a great program. So excited for the SEC, our league, and where we're going and what the potential is when Texas and Oklahoma come in. So a lot of positive energy for our conference.
Do you anticipate a very close match here with Pittsburgh? And do you think it comes down to deuce games?
I think it does. When you have two really good defensive teams, and obviously they're offensively very talented too, but when you have two good defensive teams, it's not going to be a runaway. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be neck and neck. It's going to, in football, it's a 13-10 win against, Bears, Lions back in the day, and Bears, Packers, and, it'll be a tough one.
Defense wins championships. That's Craig Skinner. He knows about that. He took his Wildcats to the national championship, the Summit, in 2020. Coach of the Year that season. Great to see you, Krager.
Thanks, John.
One of the best in the business. Stay right there. Lauren Cook joins us courtside, and we come right back. The Big Red and the Panthers tonight. The Final Four is on the Huskers Radio Network.
Feel like you're always on the run? Me too. As an independent financial professional, I help all kinds of busy people. Young families planning for college, couples working toward retirement, people securing their legacy. Wherever you are in life, Emeritus can help you get more out of life with insurance, employee benefits, and financial services. You're moving fast. Let's help make sure you're on the path to a fulfilling life. Find your next step at emeritus.com. Insurance products issued by Emeritus Life Insurance Corp.
It's time for some Nebraska farm facts. Want to know a fast way to rev up our Nebraska economy while helping the planet? It's right in your tank. When you fill up with clean soy-based biodiesel, you're increasing Nebraska biodiesel production while reducing greenhouse gases by up to 74%. So look for biodiesel where you fill up. It benefits our air, our economy, and our farmers. This message is brought to you by Nebraska soybean farmers, growing opportunity from the ground up.
Hi, folks. I'm John Baylor, founder On to College. We help students jump their ACT score. College can be pricey. Doesn't have to be. Just jump that ACT score. The best paying job a high school student can have. In-person classes in Lincoln and Omaha start soon. Or On to College online. ACT or SAT prep courses anytime, anywhere. 2- and 4-year colleges can be life-changing. So lower the cost. Jump that ACT score with On to College, the best paying job a high school student can have. OnToCollege.com.
Hi, this is Husker National Champion and Super Bowl champ Tony Veland. Throughout my football career, chiropractic care helped my athletic performance on the field and kept me in the game. Today, regular chiropractic care keeps me healthy and active to do the things I love. Chiropractic is safe and effective for all ages. Make chiropractic your first choice to reduce pain, improve your mobility, and feel better naturally. It works for me, and it can work for you too. Learn more at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Stay active with chiropractic.
Shop Woodhouse Mazda during the Season of Inspiration happening now and explore our exceptional lineup. Receive a low APR of 1.9% for 60 months on our entire selection of 2024 Mazda CX-50 models, or 0% APR for 60 months on our full lineup of 2024 Mazda CX-5 models. Plus, take advantage of no payments for 90 days on these offers happening now. With approved credit, tax, title, and license extra when financed through Mazda Financial Services. $299 doc fee due at signing. Offer expires January 2nd, 2024. See dealer for details.
It's time for Big Red Volleyball, brought to you by Emeritus, your guide on a path to a fulfilling life. Here's the voice of Huskers volleyball, John Baylor.
The Big Red and Pittsburgh courtside here at downtown Tampa's Amalie Arena. I'm John Baylor, soon to be joined once more by Lauren Cook-West. The Pittsburgh Panthers, they are co-champs of the ACC, 29-4, 16-2. Here are their big wins at Kentucky, at Marquette, Georgia Tech twice. The second time they just throttled the Ramblin' Wreck, North Carolina State, Miami twice, and then to get here in the tournament, USC, Washington State, and Louisville. The last time that Pittsburgh played Louisville, Pittsburgh went 5 and won the last 3 sets. Their losses, their 4 losses all year. Opening of the season, Brigham Young, Oregon in 5 at home, at Louisville once, and at Florida State in 5. Time now for our Cornerstone Time and Temp, brought to you by Cornerstone Bank, committed to providing you game-changing solutions for your financial needs. Bank on a solid foundation. Cornerstone Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Lincoln, Nebraska right now, 45 degrees and drizzly. Here in Tampa, 69 degrees. It's cloudy out there. We've barely seen any sunshine in the 48 hours since the Huskers have arrived. And it is 6:37 local time on the East Coast, 5:37 Central Time. That's your Cornerstone Bank time and temperature. This one brought to you by John Henry's, the official plumbing, HVAC, and electrical partner of the Huskers. The Big Red and the Panthers. Nebraska has never lost to Pittsburgh, 13-0 all time. It's a rematch, Lauren, of 2021. And this Pittsburgh team, not to mention Nebraska, completely overhauled, most importantly, strategically. The last 2 seasons, Pittsburgh has run a 6-2 offense. Both those setters are still with the team, but their fabulous head coach in his 11th year, Dan Fisher, decided this year, nope, 1-setter offense, possibly because the last 2 years, they get to this level, they get to the Final Four, and they get stuck right there. They lost the last 2 years against Nebraska 2 years ago, so they're a little more organized, perhaps a little easier to defend, but they got a 1-setter offense, and for Nebraska, Huskers have Valley Baton-Norris and Lindsey Krause, who played in Lexi 2 years ago. Pittsburgh's got a couple players. I trust that is immaterial here tonight.
It doesn't matter. These are 2 completely different teams. Even though there are some of the same faces, you may know some of their tendencies, but still, it's 2 different teams, different scouting reports, and compared to what Nebraska scouted for 2 years ago to what they're scouting for now, all of that on paper looks totally different.
What is different about these 2 teams? Because we have cited the similarities. One might be the libero. Nebraska, you know about Lexi. She's a first-team All-American for the 2nd time in her career, and she was the Conference Defensive Player of the Year. It's not clear that a defensive player, a back row player, has ever received this kind of respect in the history of this sport. Just opposing teams give her the greatest compliment by basically game planning to avoid her. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, their libero today is Emmy Klicka, and Emmy Klicka is a junior 5'7" from Novelty, Ohio, 3.1 digs per set. Not a lot of digs, but does Nebraska have a clear or very significant advantage when it comes to liberos?
I would say so. And going back to your comment about Lexi being an All-American and receiving the respect that she deserves, I think Lexi definitely got that and gets that most seasons. But the rest of the liberos across the board aren't getting the respect that they deserve, and you're not seeing as many liberos win postseason awards. And I hope that changes in the years to come. The volleyball world is always evolving, and hopefully we start seeing more defensive players get the recognition that they deserve. But Lexi is definitely going to be a weapon. However, I anticipate, like you mentioned, Pitt will try and attack away from her. And Nebraska is going to do something similar when they're going up to attack. They're going to try and attack at two different players. And those two players are Fairbanks, the setter. If she plays that first contact, they're out of system, and they're not as strong when they're out of system. The other player, and this may surprise some people, maybe not, but is Vasquez Gomez. That's the other player that Nebraska attackers are trying to go after, make her play that first contact. She's one of their weakest defenders. So she plays that first contact, or Fairbanks, Nebraska's in a good situation to win that rally.
So many times at this time of year, it's that second outside hitter who suddenly becomes featured and suddenly has to be terminal. Kate Cernich, way back in 1995, had 25 kills in the national championship match. It's Valeria Vasquez Gomez for Pittsburgh. It's Allie Batenhorst for Nebraska. How important is it for one of them, for their team's prospects, to have a big one tonight?
Well, both of those players will get a lot of out-of-system sets because they're in that L2 position. And so whoever can terminate more out of system will fuel their team, get a few more points, gain some momentum, and get a groove going offensively. So it's really important to take advantage in those out of system situations, take big swings. We really want Allie Batenhorst to swing high hands, swing at the edges of the block, take advantage. This is going to be a pretty big physical block for Pitt, and so we need to take advantage of these bigger blockers, swing high hands, swing at the edges, and try and tool the block for kills.
Second best blocking team in the country, right behind Wisconsin. Time now to hear from the head coach, John Cook. Earlier today, he was named National Coach of the Year for the third time, 2000, 2005, and now 2023. In our pre-match comments from the head coach are sponsored by Sarpy County Tourism. Sarpy County. It's what weekends are made for. Go for a day, stay the whole weekend. Plan your next adventure at GoSarpy.com. The head coach, and we come right back. You're listening to Big Red Volleyball.
Feel like you're always on the run? Me too. As an independent financial professional, I help all kinds of busy people. Young families planning for college, couples working toward retirement, people securing their legacy. Wherever you are in life, Emeritus can help you get more out of life with insurance, employee benefits, and financial services. You're moving fast. Let's help make sure you're on the path to a fulfilling life. Find your next step at Emeritus.com. Insurance products issued by Emeritus Life Insurance Corp.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska exists to be there with you. They are rooting for the schools and teachers who make our communities great. That's why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska is proud to sponsor Touchdowns for Teachers and ask Husker fans to nominate outstanding educators who help Nebraska students reach their potential. If there's a teacher you want to recognize for the impact they've made in your community, find a nomination form at huskers.com/touchdowns for teachers.
It's more powerful than the legendary Husker option offense. More powerful than the black shirt defense. It's the sun, and you can harness its power with JTech Solar. JTech, the official solar energy experts of the Huskers, can help you shrink your energy bills and start saving money now. Solar power is clean, affordable, and it's dependable because the sun always shines on the Huskers. JTech Solar for your home, business, or agriculture energy needs. Visit jtechsolar.com.
John Henry's would like to remind you, if you haven't already, to unhook your outdoor hoses and check faucets for leaks so your pipes don't freeze. As the official plumber of the Huskers, you know who to call when a plumbing issue arises. From frozen pipes to clogged drains, we can help you protect your home this winter. Give
John Henry's
a call today to schedule at
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and air.
Woodhouse Nissan offers a convenient and streamlined way to purchase your next vehicle from home. Lease a 2023 Nissan Rogue SV for $299 a month for 36 months and 5,000 miles per year. With approved credit, tax, title, license extra, $2,999 down or trade equity. First payment and $299 doc fee due at signing. $500 My 23 year-end bonus cash rebate and $625 NMAC lease cash rebate available towards deal. Discounted price based on sale price of $31,600. VIN number PW350801. Offer expires December 31st, 2023. See dealer for details.
Welcome back to downtown Tampa. This is the Final Four. Pittsburgh, the Panthers, Nebraska's opponent here, as the winner gets either Wisconsin or Texas, Sunday afternoon. I'm John Baylor, visiting with the head coach of Nebraska Volleyball, Coach John Cook. Coach, how do you think you, and especially how do you think the players are dealing with all the pageantry that's surrounding the Final Four this year?
I think they have a good balance. I think they're having fun. We had a great time last night on the boat, on the cruise boat. They had a lot of fun. I heard our team was the most wild. They had a silent disco, which you got educated on that. You can explain that part of your pregame, what that is. I didn't know what it was either, but I heard they were the life of the party with all the other teams.
Why does that not surprise me?
I don't know. I think we've talked about having fun and enjoying the experience and enjoying the moment. It's hard to get here. You know, maybe our freshmen think, oh, we do this every year, but they've been enjoying it, and I think they're excited to play, and so I think there's been a healthy balance. Now we'll have to see how we play. We'll see how focused they are, but in practice they've done a nice job.
Have you noticed as the sport has grown that the Final Four is a little different than what you recall your first 2000 way back in Richmond in the snowstorm?
Yeah, most definitely. I really believe. I remember, and I'm not taking any credit for this, but about 7 years ago, I went to the World Series in Omaha, and I'm like, this blows volleyball away. So I took pictures and filmed and sent it to the ABCA president, Kathy DeBoer, and I said, this is for almost 3 weeks going on. We have back-to-back regional matches that, and because we can't afford to have somebody spend another night in a hotel. I said, this is ridiculous. And she said, you're right. And ever since then, there's been a push. Omaha's always done a great job for the Final Four, but these other cities now, we're going to cities where they're used to putting on big events, men's basketball, Frozen Four, I think, was here, where we're playing tonight. I noticed Tampa Bay's got 3 Stanley Cups, championships up there in the banners. So we're going to places where they're sports towns. The people here know how to run it, and I think this has been one of the best I've ever seen.
I was told capacity for this event's almost 17,000. We're in a major metropolitan area. This is not a volleyball mecca necessarily, and it is sold out for tonight. What does that say to you?
It just, everybody's been sold out.
Yeah.
It just, it depends on where, but I really think volleyball is a growing sport. I've seen it at the club levels, and of course, I think the stadium match in Nebraska has just pushed the envelope for everybody. Like, wow, this must be something pretty cool. I think it's inspired a whole generation.
They got 2 first-team All-Americans, 2 first-team All-Americans, a setter and an outside. They got a great freshman second-team All-American on the outside. So they're strong on the pins. They're solid in the middles. Good libero. Is there a team that you've played this year that Husker fans can remember that Pittsburgh reminds you of?
There's 2 teams that they remind me a lot of: Stanford and Penn State. We've got all-conference players. They're loaded. They got big arms. They're physical. So this will be a lot different than playing Arkansas.
That's good company. Stanford and Penn State. They have a big block, one of the best in the country. How do you minimize the likelihood that you're going to get stuffed if you're a Husker attacker?
Got to cover, and our attackers have to make smart shots. They got to know when to swing, when to what we call recycle, and also the bigger block gives you more targets to hit too. So we got to do a good job of, going off their hands and make the block our friend.
And hit high. Don't want to go down and get something right back at you.
That's what'll happen if you hit low.
And you say cover. When the Huskers cover, it almost seems like they're swarming the net to make sure they keep the ball up. What's the mentality against a great blocking team?
Well, your hitters have got to be able to take swings, knowing if I do get blocked, I'll get covered. The problem is if you hit too low and it goes straight down, we can't cover that ball. So that's the fine line between swinging high and swinging low. It's only a couple inches.
Georgia Tech had a great server, didn't seem to bother Nebraska. Pittsburgh has Olivia Babcock. Boy, she can do everything, including serve 50 aces so far this year. How do you handle the 6'5" jump server?
just like we handle everybody, we get them in the right spots, and we work on it, and they should feel confident.
That's head coach John Cook. We'll continue this conversation when we come right back from downtown Tampa. The Big Red and the Pittsburgh Panthers. Winner advances. Stay right there. You're listening to the Final Four. This is Big Red Volleyball.
Dear roads, trails, and rivers, you ready for some SUV action? Toyota SUVs can roll their sleeves up for tight turns and twisty trails. Dress up for a night out on the town, or head to the great outdoors. Take your family adventure game to a whole new level with the roomy Highlander. Make a serious splash with the rugged, revved-up RAV4. And tow all your toys in the spacious new Sequoia. Don't forget the trail-taming 4Runner and the sleek Venza Hybrid. All Toyota SUVs feature a whole suite of creature comforts to keep you and yours cozy in the cabin. Check out this legendary lineup at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
See your Omaha Metro and Lincoln Toyota dealers. Corwin Toyota of Bellevue, Village Point Toyota of Omaha, Baxter Toyota of La Vista, or Baxter Toyota of Lincoln.
Farmers, ensure your engines have the power and performance to get the job done. Central Valley Ag can help with Ruby Fieldmaster Diesel. With 4.5% more power and up to 5% better fuel economy, you can be sure your equipment is running on the best fuel. Register to win 500 gallons of Ruby Diesel when you contract 500 gallons or more. Enter to win at cvacoop.com. Our planet is hungry. Together, we feed it. There's room at the table. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
It's more powerful than the legendary Husker option offense. More powerful than the black shirt defense. It's the sun, and you can harness its power with J-Tech Solar. J-Tech, the official solar energy experts of the Huskers, can help you shrink your energy bills and start saving money now. Solar power is clean, affordable, and it's dependable because the sun always shines on the Huskers. J-Tech Solar for your home, business, or agriculture energy needs. Visit jtechsolar.com.
It's time to light up the season during the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Get our best offers and choose from a huge selection of Ford F-150 trucks with the capability, convenience, and technology to help bring us together. Wow. Discover how Ford F-150 can make the holidays bright. Now, get a new 2023 Ford F-150 with 2.9% financing for 72 months. Only at your Midwest Ford dealers.
Welcome back to Amalie Arena, Tampa, Florida. Pittsburgh, Nebraska. We're playing volleyball here shortly. Let's talk to the National Coach of the Year. Just won it this afternoon for the third time ever. Coach, I know you don't want to chat about you, but let's chat about this accomplishment. Compared to 2000, your first of now 11 trips to Final Fours. Is it harder now than ever to get here?
Yes, by far it's harder to get here. I used to think in the 2000s we'd go every year. You know, if you didn't, you know, I mean that's just how we thought. Now, it is a big accomplishment to get here because there are so many good teams, and the way, you know, back then the regionals were kind of, you know, if you bid for it, you got it. So we hosted a lot of regionals. Now it goes by seeding, and you know, there's a lot of controversy in, you know, how seeded and with the RPI and all that. But, you know, I can continue to say we play in a really tough conference, and two of the Final Four teams here are from the Big Ten, and it's but yeah, it is definitely harder to get here.
Keys for Nebraska tonight.
I think handle the moment would be, I was just talking to Harper about that, you know, be able to handle the moment tonight, which these guys have done a great job with. There's going to be some great plays on both sides. What team can hang in there and go on to the next point, I think, is going to be huge. And then I think it's going to come down to a couple deuce games. You know, who's going to make the big swing, who's going to make the big play, who's going to make the big serve. And we just got to win, you know, 3 games by 2 points. So it's going to be, you know, the margins are small, and you're going to have to perform, as we say, you're going to max it out when it matters most.
Huskers in deuce games this year, 13-8. Pittsburgh, 6-12. That's the head coach of Nebraska Volleyball, John Cook. His Huskers, your Huskers, getting ready to play Pittsburgh in the Final Four. You're going to hear it right here on the Huskers Radio Network.
Feel like you're always on the run? Me too. As an independent financial professional, I help all kinds of busy people. Young families planning for college, couples working toward retirement, people securing their legacy. Wherever you are in life, Emeritus can help you get more out of life with insurance, employee benefits, and financial services. You're moving fast. Let's help make sure you're on the path to a fulfilling life. Find your next step at emeritus.com. Insurance products issued by Emeritus Life Insurance Corp.
Hi, this is Husker National Champion and Super Bowl champ Tony Veland. Throughout my football career, chiropractic care helped my athletic performance on the field and kept me in the game. Today, regular chiropractic care keeps me healthy and active to do the things I love. Chiropractic is safe and effective for all ages. Make chiropractic your first choice to reduce pain, improve your mobility, and feel better naturally. It works for me, and it can work for you too. Learn more at nebraska-chiropractic.org. Stay active with chiropractic.
Shop smarter online for your next vehicle with Buy Now from Woodhouse. Car buying 100% online from your local trusted auto partner. Easily compare hundreds of hand-picked, safety-inspected cars, trucks, and SUVs features, capabilities, and payments. Conveniently apply for financing and complete your paperwork for purchase 100% online, anytime from anywhere. Plus, we'll deliver it to your driveway. Woodhouse, delivering a better way to car buy online with Buy Now.
Power Combo BOGO? Huh?
Yes, if you purchase an air conditioner, you receive a furnace completely free. At John Henry's, our professionals want to ensure you are comfortable in your home all year long, no matter what Nebraska has to throw at us. Call today to schedule your free estimate and learn more about the free furnace waiting for you. Give John Henry's a call today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Farmers, ensure your engines have the power and performance to get the job done. Central Valley Ag can help with Ruby Fieldmaster Diesel. With 4.5% more power and up to 5% better fuel economy, you can be sure your equipment is running on the best fuel. Register to win 500 gallons of Ruby Diesel when you contract 500 gallons or more. Enter to win at cvacoop.com. Our planet is hungry. Together, we feed it. There's room at the table. Central Valley Ag, the official co-op of Husker Nation.
Let's pause 15 seconds for station identification on the Huskers Radio Network.
Welcome back to Amalie Arena, downtown Tampa, home of the Tampa Bay Lightning. There are 3 Stanley Cup banners up above, also all the banners of all the teams in the NHL, and women's volleyball has filled it for the Final Four. The head coach's pre-match comments were brought to you by Sarpy County Tourism. And John Henry's brings you Nebraska Volleyball. John Henry's the official plumbing, HVAC, and electrical partner of the Huskers. Nebraska and Pittsburgh line up along each their respective end lines. The colors are out, and nearly 17,000 rise and place their right hands over their hearts as the lights are dim. And we await the beginning of our national anthem. Huskers wearing white short-sleeve tops tonight. Their regular home uniforms in Pittsburgh in gold. We are ready for volleyball. Let's talk about the Pittsburgh Panthers. They're your co-champs in the ACC. 29-4, 16-2. Dan Fisher, what a job. It's his 11th year, and he's won 5 ACC titles. But note this, 81% of his matches at Pittsburgh he has won. 81%. He's one of just 8 coaches with more than 80% of his matches being victories in their first 10 years. Just one of 8 coaches all time who has won more than 80% of their matches in their just first 10 years Division I. Valeria Vasquez-Gomez plays on the outside. She's a 5th-year senior, 6'1", out of Manatee, Puerto Rico. She played in 2021 in that national semi. She was just a serving specialist. She's going to play all the way around now. The Huskers are going to go after her. Tori Stafford is a second-team All-American left side. Freshman, 6'2", Torrance, California, made the drive all the way up to Marymount High School. That's a lot of traffic between Torrance and Marymount High School in Southern California, but 3.3 kills a set. She gets a lot of swings. Olivia Babcock is their first-team All-American right side. She's a 6'5", also out of Los Angeles, Sierra Canyon High School. She's also your ACC Freshman of the Year. Their middles are Emma Monk. She's a senior, 6'4", transfer from Michigan State. Just her first year at Pittsburgh as a 4th-year senior. 4th in the country in blocks. Her other middle is Chiamako Wokolo, and she's a 6'1" senior out of Columbus, Ohio. The setter's a first-team All-American, Rachel Fairbanks, junior, 6 feet, from Tustin, California. And their libero, Emma Klicka, reminds with my friend Flicka, and junior, 5'7", Novelty, Ohio. So Klicka is your libero. Emma Monks and Chiamako Wokolo are your middles. Rachel Fairbanks is your setter on the right side. Olivia Babcock on your left. Tori Stafford and Valeria Vasquez-Gomez for the Pittsburgh Panthers. How about for your Huskers? In his 24th year, his 11th Final Four, John Cook at the helm, 13 conference titles. And in the tournament, he's won 82% of his matches. He's 88-19 at Nebraska. Bergen Riley is his setter. 6'1" freshman, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, second-team All-American as a freshman. Becca Alex in the middle, 9th in the country in blocks, 1.5%. Becca is a 6'4" sophomore. Hails from Lincoln, graduated from Waverly, Nebraska High School. Blaney Choboyle coming in the back row. She's a 5'3" freshman, Raleigh, North Carolina. Lexi Rodriguez is your first-team All-American libero again this year. Sterling, Illinois, 5'5" junior, 3.6 digs, first set, and a co-captain along with Merritt Beeson, 6'4" junior, Gardendale, Alabama. What a ride she has taken Nebraska on this year, putting up huge numbers once again against Arkansas in the regional final. 19 kills, hit 239 on 46 swings. Merritt Beeson for the season averages almost 4 kills a set. On the left side, Allie Batenhorst, 2.3 kills a set. She's a 6'5" junior out of Houston. And Harper Murray, second on the team in attacks and kills per set. Harper's a 6'2" freshman out of Ann Arbor. And the other middle is Andy Jackson. If Andy Jackson gets the ball a lot today, that means things are going well. If she can have a big match, things are going well for Nebraska. That means the pass is there, the set is there, they're running the middle, they're owning the middle. Andy Jackson and Becca Alec are your middles for the Big Red. Bergen Riley is your setter. The right side is Merritt Beeson. On the left, Allie Batenhorst and Harper Murray. And your libero, the great Lexi Rodriguez. All right, Lauren Cook-West. The spotlights are on. The Nebraska Cornhuskers are there being introduced. There's A.J. Andy Jackson tossing a volleyball out into the crowd. Mostly red-clad fans here. Nearly 17,000 strong, filling up Amalie Arena, downtown Tampa. Keys for Nebraska tonight.
Keys for Nebraska. Own the middle of the court. Defend tips to the donut. Run our middles and our back row attack. Bergen needs to set our quick zone. That's the middles. And our red zone. Merritt Beeson on the right. In transition. That means off of a dig. To add to that, our middles need to mix up the routes that they're running. So run in front, run behind, run wide, run close to the setter. Attack the ball to number 2, Vasquez-Gomez, a pit outside. And number 10, Fairbanks, the pit setter. Make them try and defend that first contact. We also need to attack high hands and the edges of the pit block. And as always, just win the serve and pass battle. Be ready for serves to drop in front of the passers because of the ice underneath the court. The colder the air is, the more the ball moves. Huskers have to be prepared for that.
I watched the handshake between Olivia Babcock and Lainey Choboy. Olivia Babcock and Harper Murray. None of them even changed their facial expression. Just good game, have a good game, have a good game. These are best friends. They hung out in the under-19 national team and also in the Under Armour match as seniors. That stuff goes away. Right now, you're just laser focused. Huskers on the white tops. They're surrounded. Lexi Rodriguez giving them a big pep talk as we begin the Final Four. Nebraska in Final Four.